Are you interested in learning more about body sugaring? Or are you a sugar professional who already knows how to sugar, but you are looking for better ways to kick up your business? Welcome to the SugarShow podcast. I'm your host, Shannon the Sugar Mama. And as a fellow Estie who learned to sugar 11 years ago and tripled my solo skincare business, I want to share not only my sugaring wisdom, but introduce you to my network of friends who are masters in their fields and want to help you expand your sugaring business. Let's get started. Welcome back to this savvy episode of the Sugar Show. I say savvy, it should probably be sassy because Maxine Drake and we are two of the sassiest folks I know. And as you know, Sugar audience, I am always bringing you the best and the brightest in our industry. And not only is Maxine the best and the brightest, she is a trailblazer in our industry. I am so thrilled to spend time with you and share you with our sugar world. So welcome, Maxine.
Hey, Sugar Mama. It is so great to be here again.
Yes. We've done a few things together. So Maxine is a beauty business coach, for those of you who do not know, but I'll be surprised if you have never heard of her. She is, like I said, a trailblazer in our industry, and she is the founder of the Esthetician Beauty Academy and just is a wealth of knowledge for estheticians, spa owners, students who are just coming into our world. And I am thrilled to have her here. And we were talking in the last course that we were teaching about the idea of the question that we have for you all in the audience today is, are you the go-to sugar pro in your area? And if not, then what's holding you back? So that's our burning question for this podcast, Maxine. And she has got some insight on that. So how do you feel about the first part, which is really asking yourself if you are the go-to sugar professional in your area? What can people kind of think about? Like, how would you know?
Well, there's probably two aspects to it. You have to be confident in your skill. Mm-hmm. And that's where you come in.
Yes. Yes.
The iSugar University, and really nailing down your skill so that your confidence level is up, and then you can charge top dollar, right? Sound good?
Yep.
And then the other part of that is really getting your marketing down and understanding marketing. And if you don't understand marketing, align yourself with some excellent marketing classes or a coach that is going to help guide you to learn some of the marketing principles to get you on the map and get your community understanding that you are the go-to sugar expert.
For sure. For sure. I think if you are really good at what you do and you're not promoting yourself, that's what's holding you back, right? Because you need to get the word out. And if you are really good at getting the word out, but you're really not good at what you do, that's going to be what's holding you back as well. So I love those two kind of key points. So let's talk about what's holding them back. What do you think really is holding people back, and like beyond just practice and marketing? Like, to me, I feel like it might be fear. It might be this lack of confidence, like you said, number one. How do you kind of have that self-speak to just say to yourself, you know what, I'm actually pretty good at this and I should get the word out? Like those introverts that are like, oh gosh, I just don't know if I can go put myself out there like that.
Oh gosh, well, that's a whole nother conversation, Shannon. And the thing is that we are business owners, and I'm actually an introvert as well. However, we can't afford to be shy.
No.
We can't afford to be shy, and we can't afford to be passive in our marketing presence or efforts.
Yep.
If we are, we're not going to make it. And that's the truth.
Yeah.
So to break through that barrier, it is just taking forward steps to improve and say, you know what, today I'm going to take off my sugaring hat and I'm going to put on my marketing hat, and I'm no longer going to use the excuse of, I don't understand marketing, or marketing's confusing. No, we are going to change our verbiage, and we are going to say, you know what, I'm learning how to get better at marketing every day. And I'm going to align myself with the people that are going to help me get there. And I think that is important, just like people align with you to learn the technique and get that speed down, and the technique and the comfort level, and how to treat on a customer service level, that guest on the table. That's your area and your jam, and we need you. And my jam is helping people overcome that obstacle, especially in marketing. And I love that because I love hand-holding someone to get them through the motions of what are some of the first steps. And I think, just to give value today, to give you some first steps of what to think about for marketing, is to make sure that you can articulate what you do in a few concise sentences. And what I mean by that is, if we can't articulate what we do, and we're like, stumble and stammer, and you want to rattle off like a million things that you do, we need to start there and write down and try to condense that. So writing what you do in a format that is like, what problem do you solve, and what it is that you offer, and what is the outcome with that client if they do business with you. If you can kind of roll out those three questions in a couple of sentences, you are ahead of most.
Yeah.
You know, like, because, and we want to start off with a problem, because a problem makes things interesting. You know, we're not going to loop somebody in by going, oh, I have this. Do you want to come? Do you want to come to my spa? You know, I start off with a problem too. Estheticians struggle with business and marketing. The pain is real. And so in the Esthetician Business Academy, we give you step-by-step guidance of how to attract the right clients so you can become more profitable. Boom. You see how I did that? I started with the problem, I offered the solution, and I showed you what your life is going to look like if you do business with me.
Right.
That's what I want you to create for your spa.
So let's parallel that with sugar.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
People don't want to have the pain of waxing. They don't want to have ingrowns. You provide that solution for them, and you share with them exactly how they're going to feel. That smooth finish, no ingrowns, less pain. They won't be clenching the bed. Like, give them that feeling, that end result that they're going to get. You don't need to hand them the 8-page menu that says, well, we offer the Cleopatra's Delight, and we offer that. What is that?
I don't know.
This menu that's, oh, do you have hyperpigmentation? Do you have keratosis pilaris? People are like, Kara, what?
Right? Kara,
No,
who?
hyper what? Like, let's talk about that. Let's talk about how we can really hone in on, like, for me, I ditched the rest of it. We just sugar at Sugar Mamas. That's all we do.
Yeah.
Right? So really taking that 8-page menu, right, Maxine, and just saying, okay, nobody knows what the Cleopatra's Delight is or what keratosis pilaris is. We're going to solve some problems here and make it simple.
Yeah, for sure. And I love that you found your niche, and I invite you, if you're listening, to really zero in on your niche.
Yes.
This is we learn everything in skin school, but it doesn't mean we have to do everything.
Yes.
It's not about being everything to everyone. Oh, but what if I'm going to lose this client? Yeah, you're going to lose a couple. But what you're going to gain in the long term is you're going to gain the clients that you want to work on, and you will become the go-to expert in your community, because you're not muddying the waters with all these other things. Oh, but wait, I do that too. But wait, and no, you don't. No.
Yeah.
So I think I think if we, this is the year where you really find your specialty, and this is the year where you really zero in on your niche. And if sugaring is your niche, own it and start eliminating things on your menu. However, I say that lightly because if there's certain things on your menu that are bringing in 80% of your income, I'm not telling you to just cold turkey it where you don't have revenue coming in.
Right.
You really want to start making that transition of what needs to happen to start transitioning. And you're raising your prices on your other things, and like there's like multiple ways to that strategy of how to do that transition, but at least start taking the forward steps to making that happen.
Yeah. I think it's a good exercise to take a look at your area and really ask yourself, okay, for example, I'm in the Sacramento Valley in California. Take a look around and see who else is out there. Take a look around and see who, are you really the go-to? You know, are you award winning? Do you have a welcoming presence? Do 75 other people in your area do the same thing you do? What's actually helping you stand out and be that unique, sought after practitioner? Now, some people, they're estheticians and they just have switched from wax to sugar. Brilliant idea, by the way. And maybe sugaring isn't their focus, right? But they're estheticians who do, maybe it's organic treatments, and that's why they've chose sugaring. I want you, audience, to look at your area and say, it's not about competition. It's about awareness for whether or not you truly are at that level that people are seeking you out. Because it's one thing to, like, you know, put your name on the door and just start doing some facials, but it's another thing to be sought after, right? So look around, do your homework, see who else offers, you know, go to thesugarnetwork.com, see who else is 2.2 miles away from the center of town. You know, type in Sacramento, where I live, and say, all right, who's in this radius around me and what are they putting out? Because there are a lot of folks in different states that no one sugars in the area. What an opportunity. But if you're someone in, for example, Washington or Portland, maybe you're the only one that isn't, or maybe you can just at least see what other people are doing and either step up your game to be similar or step it up even higher to offer something that's even more magical than what they offer. But I think you always have to be mindful of who else is around you. When you say that, you don't need to compare yourself, but you need to be aware of the other folks that are doing this in your area. Because how else will you know if you're the one that's being sought after?
Well, that's a quick Google search.
Right?
To see how you come up in the engine, and also your books are going to tell how many new clients are coming in on a weekly and a monthly basis, and that's going to tell you if they're not, then you're not probably the go-to.
Right.
So, you know, but what I can guarantee you is that you can have an advantage with your marketing, because I guarantee you, if you wanted to get clear with your marketing, that your competition is not. So that's an advantage that very few are embarking on, is how to really clarify their marketing message so that they do stand out. And I know that we were talking about branding and this and that, and I know another discussion, and branding is really, it's you know, it's how are you, you know, your website, like we're just focused on the wrong things as far as like design and how things look. Are they pretty? And are my posts, do they look good? And this and that. And instead of really having clear marketing, because marketing is about repetition. So if your message is very clear and you're repeating that over and over, branding happens when your community starts regurgitating it back to you.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so Maxine, you have written, like, when these folks sit down and they say, okay, this is the areas that I really feel like I need help in to help me kind of spread my reach. where can we find your resources? So maybe people can get a feel for your style. Like, do you have blogs? Like where would you say, we'll put everything in the show notes, but what would you say kind of the first step would be to like kind of outline, all right, what do I maybe they've realized, all right, I'm not the go-to. I'm really good at what I do, but I really haven't put myself out there. Where does someone kind of begin?
I would say that if you are one of those where it's like, oh my God, marketing is a struggle for me, it's a true pain point,
Mm-hmm.
and you're ready to get step-by-step guidance so that you can start attracting the clients that you want, to go for it and go to the Esthetician Business Academy and join into the Inner Circle. And so you can have access to all the marketing classes and then get my guidance in the group.
Yeah.
I'm always chiming in to answer questions, and like anything else, like what you put into it, you get out, right?
For sure.
If you want to tiptoe around it, then you can get some of my free stuff also. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why tiptoe? Truly, the free stuff is there for you as well. I think going into this year, we can't afford to tiptoe. We can't afford to be passive in our marketing. We just can't afford it anymore.
Yeah.
We have to step up our game and be sweet and strong.
That's right.
And own it. We have to
Yeah.
just own it and step in with 2 feet. Step in with 2 feet and do the work But I do have some free resources as well. And if you just go to my free stuff, if you go to the Maxine Drake website and go to free stuff, there's all kinds of free stuff for you.
Yeah. I really think that Sweet and Strong in 2021 is about focus. It's about focusing on your skill and focusing on getting the word out and really making sure that your business has a strong foundation and building upon that so that 2020 is in the rear view and you got this. And if we ever were, God forbid, to have anything crazy happen again, that now you've really got it and you're really prepared and your clients are like, when are you reopening? Because, my clients were pounding on the door like, Shannon, we'll just come to your house. I'm like, well, that's kind of against the whole pandemic lockdown concept. But I love that you feel as though I'm an essential business.
Right.
Like you want everyone to feel as though you were an essential business and they should write the governor because you must be open because you are needed. I know that's what they were saying to me, which was really, really kind of fun. So audience, there is so much out there for you to digest. But what we are saying to you here is ask yourself if you really are the go-to sugaring professional in your area. And if you are not, take these steps. Very simple. Make sure your skills are styled. Make sure that you have the best sugar technique possible, and then really learn how to market yourself so that you can get the word out and show the kind of swagger that you have with that sugar ball in your hand. Maxine, thank you so much for being with us today. And I look forward to bringing up a few more topics in the next little bit and picking your brain. So thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing everyone in class very, very soon.